Hello. So in this video we are going to, I know I said I was going to do a week reading, but beginning of this week was like super hectic, so it's only a couple days reading, but this video we're gonna basically read. So we're gonna read and give you some little updates while I'm reading. So yeah, so the first book I'm reading is A Curse for True Love. So on Monday and Tuesday I did finish, I was reading the second one. What's the second one? Ballad of Never After. I was reading that one. I finished that on Tuesday. So we are starting with A Curse for True Love, which I started on Tuesday, but I didn't really, I think I read about like 10 pages or something. So really we're starting it on Wednesday. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what's happening in this video. I hope you guys enjoy. So we're starting on page 103, chapter 12, Curse for True Love. Thoughts at the moment of this series. This is the last book in the series. Honestly, I feel like I'm enjoying it, but the amount of hype around these books, it's not as good as I was expecting. Honestly, the first book, it was okay. It was good. I wouldn't say it was bad. This whole series I haven't really had anything where I've like really connected with anything, and I don't know if that's because, and I've only just found this out after I started this book, or no, when I was halfway through the second book, that the Caraval series you're meant to actually read first because it happens before and it has Jacks in it, so you get some more like background and stuff. So I'm not sure if maybe if I'd read them first I would enjoy these ones more. I would say I'm invested, but equally I'm not really that bothered. Like, I could stop reading it now and just probably not think about it that much. But I'm like far enough in now where I sort of feel like I might as well just finish it. But equally, I wouldn't be too bothered either way. It's not a bad series. I'm just not that emotionally connected to it or the characters. And honestly, I'm a bit confused about what is happening in this book. A bit confused about what happened between the end of the second book and the start of this book. I mean, I sort of understand that Apollo took her memories, but I'm not quite sure on anything else. When did he even get there? What happened? Like, where did Jax go? What happened to Chaos, who was actually, whatever his name is, Avala? And why are all these people been stuck in there the whole time? See, I feel like these are the questions that would be answered if I'd read the other series first. But also, what happened to all of these people that were in there? Because only one of them, Wolfric, has been mentioned since we found all that out. I'm a bit I mean, I know I'm not like far in, but I feel like I'm far enough in to not have this many questions in the last book. But yeah. I'm a bit confused about what Apollo is doing, because surely if all the curses are broken, why does he want to stay with Evangeline? Because he didn't want to get married in the first place. Is it just because they're already married? Or is it because he actually likes her? But then if he likes her, why did he, one, take all her memories, and then two, like, try to kill her? Again, I would add. Granted, the first couple of times he was under a curse, but it just kind of feels like it's not a very good relationship. Oh, and what happened to Marisol? Because she was still in Wolf Hall last time we saw her in the second book, and there has been no mention of her in this book. So what did happen to her? Where did she go? Oh no, wait, she's in prison, right? But why would he not tell Evangeline that at least that she went there with her cousin and her cousin's now in prison for his murder? Unless because she will obviously tell her that everything that happened, I suppose. Oh, that's just very confusing. Okay, so I didn't actually read that much yesterday. I read like 50 pages. But in my defence, I watched The Hobbit. That's all the defence I have. So it's now Thursday morning. I just thought I'd get a little bit of reading in before work, which I do try to do most days, but I thought I'd bring you guys with me today. So I'm just gonna drink a coffee, get a bit of reading done. I've got about 45 minutes, so I'll probably read for about half an hour, and then I'll go back in and get ready for work, have breakfast. I'm so tired. I literally stayed up till like midnight finishing watching The Hobbit. I always forget how long it is. It's still Thursday. I just thought I'd update you. I've just finished A Curse for True Love. It's a good series. I enjoyed reading it. It kept me like just interested enough to want to know what happens to certain people and with certain things to keep reading it. But I'm kind of disappointed, and it's not as good as I thought it was gonna be. Like, I had higher expectations, and quite honestly, I think I could have gone without reading it and not really cared that much. I can say it's probably a series that I almost definitely won't be rereading, unless I read Caraval series and it sort of makes me think that if I then read these ones again it will be more enjoyable. But that is another point, that I'm not sure if I just didn't enjoy them as much because you were meant to read the Caraval series first. I mean, it does say you can read them, but from what I understand, you get a lot more like background information about some of the characters in the Caraval series that are also in this series. So it's a good series. Like, I wouldn't say it's bad. I didn't enjoy it as much as I was expecting to, which is very rare for me. And now I have another issue as well, whereas I've actually just finished my TBR for July and it's only, my watch is dead. It's only the 18th, so I now have to read some more books, but I don't know which ones. I might finish my reread of Court of Thorns and Roses, but I can't do that until I finish reading the Reese's perspective of Court of Mist and Fury, which is not by Sarah J Maas, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm not halfway through that, but again with that, I was really hoping they would have maybe done some scenes of like when he got back and was like arrived back after the mountain, because it's mentioned in the other books that he like came back and cried to more, but they didn't do anything with that I know about so far. But yeah, I don't know. I want to read something, but I'm not quite sure. I've got some more books coming tomorrow. But also I am very well aware that my TBR is like humongous, so I probably should read something on my TBR, like my physical TBR. But yeah, I'll check back in with you guys in a bit and I'll let you know, or in the morning, and I'll let you know what I decided. Yeah. Hello lovelies. I was just sitting here working and I realised I didn't check in with you last night. I said I was going to and I didn't. So I didn't really do much last night. I couldn't decide what to read, so I got all my stuff out to catch up on like reviews and stuff. I don't know what I had on the TV, but I didn't do any reviews. I did absolutely nothing. And then I picked up City of Ashes. When in doubt, Cassandra Clare. I've literally read these books like too many times, like probably an embarrassing amount of times, but I did read like the first 2 chapters last night. I read the first chapter last night, so I got up to page 33 last night. I literally read for like 20 minutes and I was like, it's 9:30, I'm tired. I went to sleep. And then I woke up this morning and it was like 7 o'clock and I was like, that's gross. I don't start work till 9. And I had no meetings today, so I was literally like, I don't need to do anything to get ready, really. Hence this situation. But also it's hot today, so I was just no point in washing my hair this morning when it's just gonna get gross and sweaty outside. So yes, all I have read today, I read a little bit more of that on my lunch, and then I've been listening to The Rip by Holly Craig, I want to say. I will double check that, but I've listening to that. I've listened to just over an hour today because I want to read, but I also need to actually do some work. So I've been listening to Holly Craig's The Rip. I did start that like the beginning of this month, I think. So with audiobooks, I read like one, like every month or every 2 months. I just sort of, whenever I go out or if I'm going on like a long drive, I'll put an audiobook on instead. Or if I'm like really invested, like I'll listen to it when I'm doing like the washing and whatnot. So yeah, just a little update for you. It's Friday. We're not going to do a full week. I'll let you know in the morning how much I read last night or like tonight. Because honestly, I don't think I'll read much after today unless I sit out, unless it's still sunny when I finish work and I'll sit outside. But yeah, finished 2 books this week so far. The Ballad of Never After and A Curse for True Love. They're the only 2 we finished, and then we obviously started City of Ashes yesterday, and we've been listening to The Rip today, so we'll see. Well, to be honest, I'd probably get quite far through The Rip because I've still got, what time is it, 2? Still like 3.5 hours left of work. So if I listen to it the whole way through, I think I'll only have like a couple of hours left, so maybe I have to finish that today, but also I'm not that bothered about finishing it. That's where we're at the moment. We're just working and listening. Hello. We are back. It's still Saturday. Honestly, I'm not going to do much more reading today, I don't think. Haven't really read much at all today, to be honest. I did read a little bit more of City of Ashes. I did switch over to the paperback because I got the box set delivered, so I now have like every possible cover and spine. Plus, I didn't actually have the paperbacks of the Clockwork Infernal Devices series, which is the first one. Yeah, the first one, because there's another one between that one and these ones. And I loved the spines on them so much. And it was actually cheaper to buy the box set that came with that series and this series in. And I was a bit worried about reading my collector's editions anyway, in case I ruined them. So I did switch over to the paperback one. So from what I can tell, the pages are pretty much the same. I think this actually has less pages because the writing is like 10 times smaller, but I think last night I got to part 2. I stopped on part 2. No, I didn't. I stopped just after the beginning of page 2 because it was just after they went to the fairy court. I don't know where, but basically I got to there, wherever that chapter was, and then before I went out this morning I read up to chapter 11. So I've literally read like just under 20 pages today. Honestly, as much as I love this series, I kind of feel like I'm just doing a lot of rereads at the moment. Like, I'm in the middle of rereading A Court of Thorns and Roses, and then I'm also rereading this series, so I might get to like part 3 and kind of put it on hold a bit, because I did redo my shelves the other day, so all of my books on the shelves are now either like my favourite series, so like these, and then like Sarah J Maas, and then I'm looking at it and I can't think of what it's called. Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy's up there, and then Fourth Wing is up there as well, but everything else that's up there, excuse the mess, but everything else that is up on these 2 shelves, apart from like the first tiny bit, has not been read. The first tiny section at the top of the second shelf is stuff I've read and I haven't yet done my reviews for, so that's like the maximum I will allow it to get to, and then everything else I've kind of put in my wardrobes. I don't have any space, but that's where we're at. We're not going to do any more reading today. So this week we have finished 2 books. So we finished The Ballad of Never After and A Curse for True Love, and then we have started City of Ashes, and we listened to a bit of The Rip yesterday by Holly Craig, which I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that one is an Audible only one. I'm not 100% sure though. In case you missed it as well, you just didn't realise I got my hair done today. I know it was like very subtle change, but just in case you didn't notice. So yeah, that's what we did. So I think we've read 2 whole, well, we've read 1 whole book this week, which isn't anywhere near as much as last week, because last week I think we started that and finished it. We started that, and we finished both of them as well, and then we started the other one. So we finished 4 books last week, and we read in total 5 books. Not like completely, but we read out of 5 books last week, and we finished 3. I don't know what I just said. But yes, so I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll probably do another one of these soon. But yeah, hopefully next time we'll manage to do a full week rather than just a couple of days. But yes, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.